by all our powers combined. All right, that means it is time to hear from Nick Wolf. Please welcome Nick Wolf with Minimalism in Your Home Directory. And I will stop sharing so that he can begin. Yes, those ones. Welcome, Nick.
Hopefully you can see that slide now. Yes, thumbs up. Okay, so I am Nick Wolf, junior software engineer at CultureAmp, although as of a little while ago, I am no longer at CultureAmp, which means I might as well ditch the junior part as well. So I am Nick Wolf, software engineer. So today I will be talking you through minimalism in the home directory. But first, a little bit of an aside. I love feedback. I'm a huge fan of feedback. In fact, I ran a trilogy of talks on feedback, as witnessed here. But I want to sidetrack a little again further into, so here you can see my feedback form where I ask people for feedback. But then I want to sidetrack a little bit further into CSS color names. So the CSS specifications includes the option to reference, rather than a specific code or an RGE, an RBA value, you can instead use specific words, such as yellow, which has a specific code reference, blue, etc., such as red. So this, as intense as it is on your screen right now, is the CSS color red. It is the reddest red that can be well read. And this is roughly the color that my face went when I realized that my feedback form wasn't actually working and that I had been asking for feedback and not being alerted when the feedback was coming in. So first, my deep apologies to the following people who sent through feedback and I didn't get notified. So if you are any of these people or know any of these people, I am happy to make a $10 donation to a charity of your choice as an apology for you giving me feedback, which I love so much, and then not actually actioning it because I hadn't checked that my system was working. If you don't specify it, then I will just donate that to the Against Malaria Foundation based on its GiveWell ranking. But now, this is my home directory, and the aim is to keep this as clear of all other files as possible, because there are many applications that will try to sneak in extra options, extra files, extra directories. And today I'll talk through a few ways to try and keep this directory nice and clear, so that only the things that are in there are things that bring you joy. So the first thing I'll mention is the XDG specification. So up in the top here, we can see that there are 3 values you can set, which is the cache, the config, and data directories. And a heap of applications support these automatically. So Git, Pry, Carabiner, Exorcism, the whole lot will automatically see that you have these values set, and then will allow you to automatically use those folders. Now, next, we have the option of using variables. So there are a number of other options that you can set, such as bundler, your gem RC, the gem spec, fresh, developed by my former coworker Odin, where these computer programs don't respect the XDG specifications, but they still allow you to customize it a little. So you can place these in your bash RC or your Z shell RC to further empty out your home directory. after that one, you can start to get a little bit quirky with alias application. So some programs will let you specify a custom RC file or a particular folder to use rather than utilizing the regular one. So here, instead of me running bash, I can set my bash program to automatically load my bash profile from the home folder. But I could just as easily set that to be one of the other locations to keep my home directory nice and organized. After that, you can get even quirkier. So one option that I've used in the past is TMUXinator, which is a program that allows you to boot up a arrangement of TMUX windows and panes. Can set a pre-window or before you start this operation or this series of screens to run a command, in this case, moving the M2 folder, which most of the time I don't want in my home directory. And then when I end the project, to move that folder back so that except when I'm using that the program that needs the M2 folder or whatever files or folders need to be in my home directory, this allows me to most of the time keep my home directory just a little bit more clear. Next, sometimes you just have to give up. You have to surrender and accept some files are just going to be there forever. No, I'm just kidding. This is when you start promoting PRs on the projects that you're working with. So thankfully, my PR to the Guard gem has now been merged, and I'm waiting for that gem to be updated so that I no longer have to deal with the Guard history file. And my Rails PR is currently pending and seems to be on its way towards being merged. So where can you find out more? So once I have the recording of this, you'll be able to see my notes and video at nickwolf.com.au/videos/home-minimalism. Some further information. So firstly, there's why bother. So one, it's very nice to be able to just sort of look at your home directory and see, okay, I'm aware of what each of these things is doing, and being conscious of the fact that I have the ability to identify everything that is here and everything that maybe shouldn't be there. But it also, in doing this, has helped me become much more familiar with how I can program in my terminal and in shell, and almost becomes a little programming exercise to think about what are the different ways I can try and approach this. If you'd like to reach out to me, either with job opportunities based on my recent information, or just to ask further questions, you can head to nickwolf.com.au/contact. And it is my birthday on Sunday, and once a year I do a birthday survey, as previous attendees of my talks might recall, and my birthday survey is now live at nickwolf.com.au/birthday for anyone who is keen to fill that in. That covers all of my talk. Here's some details in case you wanted to reach out or provide me feedback. I do now check it. And with that, I will pass things back over.
Thank you very much, Nick. That was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, let's all do those. This is our applause now. This is how we can do applause on Zoom.